Welcome back, everybody, to Space Engineers. It's been a little while, but it's time to get back into it. Right, the high-speed centrifuge is running. That's great. And today's episode, we're going to fix this little monstrosity over here, which you can't really see in the darkness, although dawn is about to rise, so that's actually quite handy for what we're going to be doing today. Right, let's get into the welding ship. Or attempt to, anyway. No, what's going on here? Right, it's either lag or something else. Right, that I've been very unfamiliar with the controls. Something's not right here. Right. Ah, there we go. I've been playing a little bit of Fallout 4 a little bit too much, and I've forgotten the controls here, so you have to bear with me, unfortunately. I've kind of forgotten after about a few days or so of learning different controls, and it doesn't help swapping games. Right. Here we have this monstrosity over here. Now, probably will be able to see a little bit more once the spotlights here hit. Had something in the order of 35. You can get a little bit closer so you can bring it into the light. Here we go. 35 drills. And you can imagine how much lag that would have created. So it's time to get rid of these. So I'm going to turn on my grinder. Right, we'll get rid of those, and we're going to be basically making a new solution. A new drilling solution. And I hope it'll actually be pretty good. The drills that we're going to be using today are basically made by the same person who made the twin welder, the twin grinder, which I'm using right now. And basically it does exactly the same. It extends the range of a drill. At a cost, of course. Now, the cost to these drills is extra materials and extra weight. So that in itself presents a new challenge. So I'll just be right back once I've got all these drill heads basically round up. Alright, now they've all been ground up, the next thing to do is to place down another piston. So to do that, we're going to do Control G, basically go to builder mode. We're going to basically build another piston or two on the end of this piston. Piston, just the very basic generic pistons that we all know and love. Now, I can't... Ooh. I am actually currently in a very dangerous spot right about now. Because, A, I don't have the steel plates on me, and I haven't actually got this ship configured to such point. So I'm going to have to basically hop out, grab some steel plates, and basically do all the groundwork outside of the ship. Because it would actually be quite handy to basically remodify this ship or either that make a new welder ship that's got a little bit more guts behind it, because at basically 500,000 kilos it doesn't really perform that well. Not even with all these thrusters that I've got currently on the ship itself. So, right, we're going to nick those, and we're just going to have to do this on foot. Right, the piston is here somewhere. Here we are, number 7. Here we go. So piston there. And we'll put in a third piston. I reckon I've got the clearance. Now, this is the drill that we'll be using. It's from the Twin Industries drill. And we will be placing this on the end here, well, at least attempting to. There we go. Now these things are actually quite heavy, and also they've got a double the range of the normal drill. So I've got an idea how I'm going to do this. I'm going to basically have an axis of 4 arms extending out from the center drill, and at regular intervals we're going to add a drill. Let's just I just want to double check my I better actually zip back and go grab some hydrogen. I don't want to be stuck without any hydrogen. And as you can notice that a lot of things have gone missing lately. Right. Alright, there we go. Excellent. Wow. It's amazing how quick you can actually forget a control scheme. Okay. That's control. So then I have to remap the controls to what I've been used to be playing in Fallout 4, unfortunately. Alright, let's get back to the hole and continue to lay this out. So I reckon this will be a good point for a time lapse. I'm sure something got damaged there when I landed that, but it seems everything's okay. Let's just double check everything around. I just managed to crush the ice a little bit. I was positive I'd actually damaged something, but the ship looks okay. So there we have it. So for simplicity's sake, I'm just basically going to go to these drills here, or these pistons. Make sure, okay, these pistons are named with the initials of IS. So we go to the new piston here, go to that control panel. Give that a unique identifier, as I do with everything else. That one too. And then we're just going to basically go and code the rest of these drills to the same sort of code. Now, of course, this star type system is very untried, so it's going to be interesting to see if I do in fact get it right. They're advertised that these drills have double the drilling radius of the normal drill, so I've got these spaced out every second distance from the center, more or less. All I can say is I hope I've got it right. Definitely used a quite considerable less amount of resources to do these 12 double drills rather than the 30 odd that I had previously. Oh, yes. Pop over here. Do the same. Okay. It's a bit of busy work, I know, but it's what you do in Space Engineers. Now, apparently, well, I'm just doing all this stuff. They've actually added cyber dogs to the game. Now, I have not seen one as yet. I personally do not hope to see one. If I do, I really should consider increasing my base's security. Now, if this whole thing pretty much pans out the way I want it to, I'll be going out to the magnesium ridge that I've got, and that's going to be getting a drill set up of its own as well, because you need magnesium to make bullets and other nice good things that go bang. Right, actually, I'm just going to fly over to here, and we're going to sit on this drill, and we're going to control it from here. Alright, control panel of IS. Maybe add a space in there too. Is that going to help? No. Piston IS. Okay, it's basically picking up all my golden uranium pistons as well. It's unfortunate, but oh well. IS, at least all these are easily noticeable. Piston, piston, piston. So why can I... Oh, block group. Piston... And save. So I don't have to deal with that. Okay, now we'll just go... Drill IS. Here we go. And we'll group all those up too. And save. Right, here we go. Here comes the fun part. All the drills are now on. And as you can hear, they're already causing a little bit of I wouldn't say damage, but they're doing their job. So, right, let's get this thing rotating. Advanced rotor, okay, turn that on. Whoa. It feels really, really fast on the end of this arm, being we're doing 1 revolution a minute. And we're pretty much right at the edge of our cutting circle. I might consider dropping that to maybe even half an RPM, or even a little bit slower maybe. 1 RPM feels almost really too quick. Let's drop it down to basically Doesn't really feel very smooth, does it? Maybe it's got something to do with the braking torque. Drop that down a little bit, see if we can't smooth this out. It feels a bit smoother. Although I get a heck of a lot of lag here for some reason. Okay, game's locking up. Not preferable. Alright, since the reload, just had to go back through and do a lot of the coding again. And probably just going to have to do the groupings too. So piston, piston, piston. Yep. Pistons IS. Why do I keep typing pistons with an I? Alright, then I could have actually just done the twin drills, but I do actually have this twin drills on another basically drilling arm as it is now. Drills IS. Save. Right, so we're going to toggle them on again. We're going to hop off of this. Actually, what we're going to do, we're going to fly up to, say, a position we can actually see everything that's going on. And we can control from up here rather than seeing what's going on down there. Actually, what I might do is I'll actually zip over to another point where I've actually got a control pad. And also, it's not quite so loud. Right. So as you can see, the drills are there basically trying to crawl around on their own. So we'll turn the advanced rotor on. We'll let it go with the 1 RPM. Okay, seems to be managing. Seems to be managing all right. I can see what also is my problem here. Recording actually does take a good sizable chunk of my CPU usage. So I'm currently running at about 93%, and it's not liking it too much. So what we're going to do, we're going to go this. We're going to go to our pistons menu. This is US. I do believe I've got that wrong. Yep. So that's pistons IS, not US. Save. So then we're just basically going to go to control, and we're going to change that to a nice positive velocity of 0.0005. Nice and slow going forwards. With those 3 pistons, it will probably go forwards at 0.0015. It seems to be more or less okay. So we're just going to let that run for a little bit and see what it looks like when we come back after a bit of a spell. All right, we're back. Well, in very, very short order, and I've probably taking around about, half an hour to an hour or so, we've managed to basically extend, I think that looks roughly about 8 meters from where we actually started. And we've pretty much got down to the level where I was drilling the iron out from beforehand. Now, I do actually want all that stone that I'm now pulling up with this configuration, but for those who are playing along at home and are interested, I'll just run over the specifications of the actual drill setup itself. Now, I did a little bit of tweaking and found what was optimal and what not to do. Right, so let's go to the rotor setup for one. Maximum velocity is 1.25 RPM. If you go any higher than this, the end drill, which happens to be 13 blocks out from the center, starts to get a little bit stuck, as in the voxels don't update as quick as that drill passes over them. So it's best to actually keep the velocity at a fairly slow rate. Now, the pistons going down, I've got them going at a velocity of 0.003. You could probably increase that a little bit more than what I've got, but at your own risk. I know these work. So, and also for the amount of time that has basically passed to the massive hole I now have that has been chewed right through the ice, and I've got a little bit to go. I've got an idea where I could actually use a merge block with this particular setup. Basically, the idea is to perhaps stop the drills before they get to the bottom, so I have the ability to use the pistons to lower the drills to the ground, and basically disconnect the pistons and reattach them with a merge block. Now, I'm going to probably attempt that in between episodes and look at starting the shipyard for the new ship that I will be putting together. Alright folks, well, I've been Raetac. I'll see you all next time.